Yo, what's up? What's up? It's another episode of Life After Ball, episode 4. What's going on? How y'all feeling, man?
Got my
Chilling, man.
foes
What
up.
up, though?
Got my foes up.
Chilling,
Welcome,
chilling,
world.
chilling. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, it's a great day. Um, yeah, man. I had a long day, made it through grinding for sure, for sure. Um, so now that I'm thinking about it, what are some characteristics that you learned in Little League that you still apply to your life today?
What you got?
Gene?
What you got, Gene?
Shoot, for me, man, is just going through adversity. You know what I mean? Just you know, that resiliency when you're back against the wall. So
Mhm.
I ain't gonna go on no spill. I'm gonna keep it short with that one.
Okay. Okay.
Man, win, lose, or draw, man. Have fun, man. You talking about Little League. I know we was talking in the last episode, we were supposed to be talking about like the structure of Little League, like what it all taught us as far as going to the next level. Cause a lot of stuff we learned, it was in Little League for as far as sports wise. Cause that's when they actually, they on the field with you and they telling you to hit this hole or use this technique or make sure you get your hands up under the pad. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
feel like Little League, it was more hands on with us. But yeah, for sure, man. Win, lose, or draw, man. Have fun.
Have
That's
fun. That's dope. That's
what,
dope.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to say probably competition. Learning like this is your first exposure to being competitive, competition, and pretty much having to earn your right to play, earn your right to be the starter, and different things like that. Because in life, you're just not gonna be handed certain things all the time. You got to work for it. You got to earn your right, earn your spot. So I would say that for sure. So any other qualities or like fundamentals that you think you could think of right now that you learned in Little League that you still apply to life today? What would those be?
Man, for me, man, I would say patience. Patience, bro. Like one thing about it, as we know, we adults. Us adults, we impatient. We impatient when it comes to money, bills, whatever. But sports really taught me at a young age patience, bro, and letting things play out how it's supposed to. Feel me?
Hmm.
Man, teamwork. You see how what we're doing right now. So we all different time zones. We all got our own life and other things going on, but we able to work together, come together, and create this amazing podcast. Is going to help plenty of young brothers, plenty of young people. Period. Or just anybody at all ages. We ain't discriminating, man. You know what I'm saying? We trying to put everybody on, man. We kicking game. So
Yes,
For
sir.
sure.
yeah, we're
Yes, sir.
working
For
together.
sure. That's dope. That's dope. I would have to say communication, bro. Communication, bro. Like you got to be able to communicate even when it's tough, when it's hard. You got to be able to think too. And make reasonable decisions in crunch time. This is the first time. We always watch Kobe when we see like Mamba mentality growing up. We used to watch Kobe. They always talk about that Mamba mentality, but when you're actually in the heat of the moment, my boy got that major 24,
Hey,
24. Yeah.
shout
Boy,
out to
But
you
Kobe.
yeah,
playing in the league?
Huh? Major
he
league,
said
dog.
major
What,
league.
baseball?
Major league, dog. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? The major league.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I guess but yeah, man, no, Mamba mentality, just developing a mentality to go get it, stay hungry, stay focused, and really uh be competitive.
Yeah,
Yeah. So what sports did you play in Little League, Gene?
man. I played football and basketball.
Just football, basketball? Okay,
Yeah,
okay. What about
I
you,
ain't
Major?
do.
What
But
Shit, I played football, basketball, baseball. Yeah, I had to censor myself, man. I had to censor myself.
it's all good. It's all good.
Man, hey, man, we try and get used to being famous, man. Trying to get used to being role models. You know what I'm saying? I do what I do, you know. But
man,
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. So have y'all ever played travel ball or anything like that?
yeah, AU for
Travel,
sure, for
travel.
sure. Yeah, man. That was an experience in itself.
Hmm.
Growing up wherever you're growing up, you used to the accent and everything like that. It's certain type of playing style and things of that nature, man. you go to traveling, or you pick the best of the best of whoever around you, and you go see these other guys, man. You know what I'm saying? I was the first time I ever seen somebody 7 foot. I think I was in like 14 or something. Man, the dude was 14, 7 foot.
7 foot, yeah.
7 foot. Yeah. And we had the plane.
Yeah.
I wasn't scared of nothing, man, because you be big and all, but they don't be physical. I was always physical, man. I put it in the chest, you know what I'm saying? Touch and make sure, hey, I'm here. Let you know I'm here.
You play AAU too, right, G?
Yeah, I played, and like you said, about 14, 15. So going and seeing these footers and you seeing these dudes like the real top prospects in the state or around the city or in the nation.
6'5"
man,
point guards.
Yeah, like you like, oh, I'm 5'9", I'm playing shooting guard, small forward in this man. And like you said, it's a 6'7", 6'8" shooting guard.
Yeah.
And you 14, 15, and you gotta match up with him. You gotta do your thing.
You gotta do your thing, you gotta compete.
And they got weight on them too.
Yeah.
So
matter of fact, I mean to cut you off, Chris. I'm glad we speaking on AAU, because AAU kind of wicked. I ain't gonna lie. Obviously, Major, you probably seen it when we was growing up. Guys, being older than what they is, playing down, things like that. 'Cause, I mean, now what I'm seeing, I coach. Well, I used to coach. I was coaching AAU. AAU, I mean, it looked like a big scam. You hear people talk about all the time, because the little kids, they exposing the kids to AAU travel at 7, 8, 9 years old. And what's going on is they don't practice. We don't teach them the structure and discipline, and then they go out there getting their butt whooped and all this stuff like that. I ain't just saying just because of wins and losses, but you gotta teach your kids habits, things like that. Like the kids that I've seen play, a lot of them don't even know the difference between a point guard and a center. And we talking about, I'm in one of the basketball meccas of the world. And
I don't know that.
Oh, I know. Cause, bruh,
I mean, but you gotta think about it too, man. It's 2025.
Everybody
what is the difference between a point guard and a center? It ain't no difference. Like you need to play all 5 positions, man. You talking about playing the game nowadays.
But I'm saying, but still, back then, especially when we grew up, you had a position, you had your role.
Yeah, and that was a curse, bro. Like, cause they always wanted me to play the big man, bro.
Nah, cause
in the league, what am I? In the league, I'm 6'5". I'm 6'5". What am I in the back in the league?
You're a point guard.
I'm a 2.
Yeah,
so I'm a shooting guard. I'm either a point guard or a shooting guard. I might even could play small forward. But center, 6'5" center, man, get out of here.
So, but you gotta think. Now we talking about now as adults. When we talking about adolescents, young children, you gotta teach them these roles, and as they advance, and then we get more advanced with basketball, where it's now moving to positionless. When you 7, 8, 9, it gotta be basic, because these kids trying moves, don't know when to do it, don't know how to set it up, none of that stuff. They just doing it because they see their coach showing them, but he not showing them the full details.
I really feel like you kind of still stuck in the past, bro.
Nah, it's not being stuck. It's not 7, 8, 9 stuck in the past, bro.
7, 8, 9. Did you have a sleeve on? Did you have on the leg stuff and the body like arm and all when you was 7, 8, 9?
Nah, I had a headband. I had the arm sleeve, at the headband.
Yeah, the headband and wristband. These kids 9, 7, 8, 9 years old, they are waking up 5, 4 o'clock in the morning, weight training, running, conditioning.
I feel you.
We 7, 8, 9. We wake up, we playing a video game, we go outside, play with friends, run around the neighborhood, be in the house by the street. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? It's not different, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm going. Because think about this, Major. Like I said, I'm coaching. I'm in these different cities, these different cities. My son played.
Yeah.
That's why I say, like, you ask him what is a guard, what is a forward, what is a center, whatever. He don't know.
Your son don't know? I know that's cap. I know your son knows.
Wrong, come here. We live. Wrong. Come here.
Hey, man. But I do have a question, though.
What's the point guard?
All right. You don't know?
At the center of the 3-pointer.
Ask him what's the center.
What's the center?
I thought he was getting us out the hood.
So why not the
He good.
Exactly. So you
What
gotta
he
think
say?
my job
So
as
it's
a
your
coach.
fault.
It could be, but
Ain't no could be. That's your son. How your son? That's your son.
Listen to me. I talk about these things because, bro, like I said, I was coaching, and the coach I was dealing with, he wanted to go in more bag work. I said that's cool with the older dudes. They need to develop their bag. They more advanced. These little kids,
They need fundamentals.
They gotta be introduced to the basics of basketball.
That's what you for, bro. Somebody who played ball. You know that you see. This is the thing though, bro. I get what you're trying to say. I get what you're saying, but we can't save the world, bro. You gotta save what's in the house. So save Rome so he can get us out the hood.
Of course, bro. I got 2 boys. You know, I'm trying to get them both somewhere.
Yeah, but he don't know what the difference between a center point guard. And that was the point.
And guess what? That's the thing. That's the thing. We have to sit down, talk about. I show him
write it down. Do homework. Connect. Trying to ask a question.
So tell me this. As you mentioned, 24-hour major. You said when we was coming up, we were hanging outside playing around. These young guys, they got trainers.
Right.
What are y'all opinions on trainers, and do you feel like it's actually good for the game and the development?
I feel like if the child really want to go to the league, if he really got dreams to be special and to be great and to be one of the ones that's going to be talked about forever, like Kobe, you feel me, like LeBron, like Jordan, you know, yeah, man, go ahead and get you a trainer. Like, but you got to introduce it to your child and see if they grasp onto it, because they grasp onto it, and yeah, you know what I'm saying. But if you introduce to them and they still like, nah, I ain't really that's not my dream to go, aspiration, mom, dad. Nah, then okay, cool. Don't force it on them. But man, think if I had a trainer, I wish I had a trainer. I had some good people in my life though, you know, but nobody really, you know. But if I had I wish I would have me a trainer.
So, you know, my opinion on the whole trader thing is all depending on age. If they 8, 9, like you said, before I introduce them to that, I'm kind of like LeBron when he said, I'm gonna have these kids just go out and play. Now when I'm seeing them, they find the love for it. Now we can throw in a trainer that can really show you the details. But also too, before I just throw him a trainer, I need to make sure this trainer knows what he's talking about. I don't care if he played college, pro, you know, that's accolades. But even coaches, the best coaches didn't play basketball for real. But they sat down and watched film and watched details and watched how plays were created, advantages on defense, you know, the whole 9. So it's different stages for it. Like you said, when they're young, have them play. They're like, Dad, Mom, I like it. I want to do this. This is what I want to do. Okay. I want to see how your love is for it. Then as you get older, we're going to throw you a trainer. That's why I say like AAU for young kids, and me and other coaches have agreed, it's bad for them. Because thinking about you introduce them to a lot of basketball, but they don't know basketball. So by the time they middle school, high school, it's saturated. Ain't many kids hooping. Remember when we grew up, Chris, you played too. We played we played rec.
Right, rec ball. Yep.
And we grew a love for it. Now, obviously, you know, as we got older, we got involved with other guys that help train us when we got older. Now, granted, I know like Major say he wish he had a trainer. Obviously, he probably wish he had a trainer probably like 12, 13 instead of 17. You know what I'm saying?
Man, if I could have got a trainer at 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, because I would have had one, bro. I'm saying is the same thing. We saying the same thing. We saying the same thing. We saying the same thing, man. You know, you just, you know, saying it, trying to say it the way that you saying it. But also, I want to ask you. You said, you know, some of the best coaches, guys who never played basketball. Do you feel like someone who never been in these type of, like, never been in the game? Because I feel like if you ain't never been to war, you can't tell me about war.
Right.
So I'm saying, like, I'm not downing them or putting them down or anything, but I'm just saying, like, you feel like someone who just watched the game of basketball can tell you more than somebody who's actually in it?
So I agree with you and disagree. So the reason I say that is
Stand on business. Don't agree and disagree.
No,
Fall in the middle. I stand on it.
Two things can be true. That's right. So I say that because if you look at these people that's winning, right, folks that's been winning championships, look at their coaches. Their coaches don't even look like they even touch the basketball. And the ones, hold on. Let me finish though. So, like for example, Isaiah Thomas, he used to coach the Knicks. He didn't have success. We talking about a champion, right? Who been through the ringer.
Right.
He wasn't successful as a coach. Look at Michael Jordan as an executive.
You can't always put it on the coach.
But I know. But I'm saying, you asked me that question. Look at Michael Jordan as an exec. We know how great Michael Jordan was. 6 rings, 6-0, the whole 9, scoring champ. The all defense, the whole 9. But as an exec, he wasn't thinking basketball. He's like, oh, I need guys that I think would fit me. But he thinking of him in the 90s instead of what's going on now. And that's what he's having that hard time in Charlotte. Nah.
So let's switch sports. Let's switch sports. So we talk about Jordan, but what about the likings of Belichick, Nick Saban, college football coaches and pro football coaches? Those guys, they weren't the best athletes during their time, but they know the game. They were students of the game. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm gonna tell you like this, right? You can have an amazing coach. You can have some amazing players. You can have an amazing program, right? But you have to have all of those things. Everything got to work together. It's like when you cooking up a stew and you got the carrots and you got the potatoes and you got the steak or the beef stew or the pot roast or whatever. You need all that stuff. You need it all. So just because a coach don't have a winning season, it's not all, oh man, the coach. Just like with LeBron. When LeBron lose, people, oh my gosh, LeBron is he's sorry. Man, this dude is dropping 30. He's averaging 30 points.
Yeah, he going to do some.
He's averaging 30 points. How is he garbage? That's all I gotta say about it, man. It's never no one blame thing, man. It's a melting pot of tools that gotta work together, things that gotta function together, man.
And I mean, going back to your question, you talking about like for college. I mean, like you said, we all know they wasn't the best athletes in their time. But like you said, the biggest thing was they took the time to learn the game. You know what I'm saying? To where they became masters at their craft, where they was like the what's it called? The guys that do the film, that set up the film. Like, for example, Eric Spoelstra, he was a film guy. He stayed watching the film. Then he went from there to helping players out, train and stuff like that to become a coach. So, like football, same thing applies. You know what I mean? It's just like, I think for me, for instance, like Mike Vrabel, if I'm saying the name right, I feel like he's a damn good coach. You know what I'm saying? We watched him growing up, linebacker for the Patriots. But I'm seeing what he's doing. He actually taking that time, being a player's coach, taking the time, using the stuff he learned from film, stuff like that, to give to the young guys. That's why I say it's true.
I just gotta say this. Just because we saying y'all name, we not paying y'all.
Oh nah.
I gotta say y'all not paying y'all name.
I pay them in respect. I ain't got the money for it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I got the money for it. We still ain't paying y'all.
I got a question.
Send us some tickets.
No, for real.
No, facts.
So question. Before we wrap up, one question for everybody. What is your favorite championship team and why?
Ooh.
Any sport.
Ooh. That's a good one.
My favorite championship team.
I'll go first. For me, it'll be a little biased, but the 2013 Florida State Seminoles, national champs, man. Jameis Winston was one of the most exciting players to watch. Don't get me wrong. We had our rough years, but he really took it to another level. No, we've never seen a player like Jameis Winston in college when he came through, man.
Man,
his excitement, he's a Miami fan. That's why he hating on me right now. That's all good though. But Jameis Winston, man.
I'm gonna let you go, Major. 'Cause I'm still thinking, brother.
Man, 2025 Savannah High championship team.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, man. That's my favorite. That's my alma mater, man.
Why what's your reason behind that though?
Cause I'm a Blue Jacket, dog.
That's it. Okay.
That's it. You know, when I was there, we could have won it. You know, I'm gonna keep that y'all a buck, man. I really feel like we ain't won it because I froze up. I think I froze up. I was hurt. I ended up getting hurt right before the game, but I kind of froze up, man. That was my first time really being like on that type of stage, boy. It was bright, it was loud. You know, they had me starting because Chris Coakley was hurt, man. He had a concussion, he had to bounce back and all. But yeah, boy. Yeah, man. But nah, yeah. Blue Jackets, man. 2025 Blue Jackets, man. Yeah. I was gonna say LeBron when he was with the Heat, but I had to think about it. And I was like, nah, hold on. Let me represent, man, for the High, for sure.
For sure. I like that.
Man, for me, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna give you two. Two real quick.
You ain't ask for one, but come on.
I'm gonna give them two, like I said.
Come on. I'm a little cousin.
So my first one is obviously the 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Man, me and Chris diehard Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. My favorite player, Derrick Brooks. So seeing him, you know what I'm saying, he used to watch me when my dad and him used to hang out or whatnot. So seeing him win one or whatnot, and knowing the type of guy he was, and the other guys running the ball from the whole nine, that was a blessing. I was like 8, 9 years old at the time. And then I would say basketball wise, man, I know people gonna frown upon it, but we're gonna talk about Golden State. What, that 2018 with KD? I mean, the reason being, you gotta think that's a complete team. KD came over there as a free agent. He wasn't traded. He came over as a free agent. I predicted Steph to be kind of what he is, and then Clay, him, Iggy, the whole crew. They had a complete team, and LeBron. We know how great LeBron is, bro. But that really showed you it took 5 people to beat one guy. LeBron.
But you know what's crazy? I seen Iggy walking through the neighborhood like my first week down here, bro. It was crazy, man. Huh?
You say what up?
You know how like when you just like walking, bro, it's just like a regular day. All of a sudden you see somebody, you like, that look like, hold on, now I think that is, and that's how it was, bro. It was crazy, bro. But crazy that you said his name like that.
I had seen what that boy name is that be with Bobby Smurda, man. Rodney Rebel.
Yeah.
I was staying downtown South Beach, Miami or whatever, and I was coming out the hotel and he was in there and he was hopping on the elevator. No, he was hopping on the elevator and I was going on the elevator and he was coming out. And I walked past him. I said,
yeah.
I know I ain't tripping, man.
Yeah.
That's Buddy.
But
nah, man, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Shit, I remember one time I had seen Dolph, man. I seen Dolph pulling out, man. We were somewhere in Atlanta. He was leaving his crib, whatever, with the little penthouse, whatever. He pulled up out in a Rolls Royce.
It was the camo.
Nah, man, it was when he had the blue one. Yeah, man.
Bro, you know what's crazy? I seen Dolph when he was first coming up, bro. It was in the airport. Like we was coming back we was landing in Atlanta. This man Dolph had on the dolphin chain. I was like, who is this nigga with a big dolphin chain on? I was like, bro. And then, bro, when I got home later that day, I was like, that was Young Dolph. But hey, yeah. Rest in peace, Young Dolph, man. Did y'all have anything else y'all wanted to see? Y'all have anything else y'all wanted to say?
We had to get us some chains because that's how you get noticed for real, man. You get you a big old chain. You know what I'm saying? They already be stopping me when they be seeing, you know what I'm saying? They be like, boy, you got that 2-4, boy. What that is, boy? You see them here, boy.
For sure.
But nah, what I was gonna say was we need to talk about the celebrities that we seen have been shell shocked. We need to say that for the next episode,
Mm,
though. But I
for
think we need to
sure.
talk about that one. That's a
I
For
good
think
one.
sure.
dog was the only one for me, dog.
It's on the
I
one.
think, yeah, I seen a couple folk, man, but when I seen
Okay.
dog, and I ain't even get to see him for. I just seen him riding by in the car. I said,
Mhm.
"Boy, that's off."
Mm-hmm. He
I
had the
was
window
like,
down, or you could see through the window, kind of.
"Nah, he had the window like cracked a little bit because he
Right.
was blowing."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He'll let out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably too
Nah,
much, man.
I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
man.
lie. For me, I
We gonna
seen a
save it for
couple.
the next
Yeah,
episode,
you
G.
gotta
All
say
right,
what
Oh
the
yeah,
next
man.
yeah,
episode.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you.
We appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching again. Episode 4 of Life After Ball. Let's go. Yeah.